Blibbly blah blah. So for this, let me restart that again. So we're talking about this time around. Damn it! I should just say just plain simple. All right, we're talking about.
So what did we just watch, Justin?
We watched Spider-Man: Homecoming.
There we go.
The movie.
Man. You better keep all those failed attempts of you introducing this episode in so they can see why I was frustrated making the intro.
Yes, the logical progression of Gabe's impatience here. So, we should better watch out for Tootsie.
Unless she hits the space bar, we're good.
Yeah. So, I just want to say that I love this movie.
It was great.
It was so good for a Spider-Man upbringing video. Or not video, but a movie. Homecoming movie. Homecoming. I got it. Because it takes place during Homecoming. So, how did it start? I think it started the events following after Avengers, right?
It happened. It started with the events leading into it.
Really?
Yeah, it started off with this little video documentary of him going to go fight Captain America at the airport.
Was it? Okay.
Remember he had his little camera?
Yeah, that was my favorite thing.
His little video diary.
Because that acts as a way to introduce people to Spider-Man, as well as if they haven't watched the Avengers for some reason and are watching this now, to get a gist of what happened in the past without knowing everything. Although it's still recommended that you still watch the movies anyway, because it otherwise wouldn't make sense. So it not only acts as kind of a catch-up type of video, or why do I keep saying video? A recap. It also kind of gives you an introduction to his own personality, if that didn't come across you in Civil War.
He's such a kid.
He's such a kid.
And he is. He's 15.
He meets Happy. He's like, oh shoot, I'm a roommate? And I like on the plane that he just kind of films him snoring, it's oh shit. Where's your suit? Oh, you need me to get it? And then he's like, whoa! This is so awesome.
There's more to my room. I thought that was just a closet.
Put it on. No, this is so cool, man. Just put it on. Oh, man, he really is just such a kid. So, after that, does it then bring us back to, the Avengers movie? The, original one? After the fact?
Yes.
So, it's I like how it is because it's the cleanup crew that we've always been talking about for a superhero movie.
Yeah. Everyone after Man of Steel, people were raising the question who cleans this up?
Who's designated as I guess the babysitters of the superheroes? Mm-hmm. The nanny.
The thing that actually did that was a Burger King commercial, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
It was it was a fast food commercial. I don't remember which one exactly, but yeah, they were promoting the movie and they're fixing up the street and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then here comes Superman crashing into the ground, and he jumps up and breaks more of the ground. He's right there. Don't worry, this gets us paid all month. And it's just them fixing more and more of the broken streets that Superman just jumps from.
Stupid. But yeah. And the fact that they're having that is kind of to introduce what our antagonist is going to be, which is whose names I don't remember, but I'm just going to call him Vulture because that's just what he is going to be. Yeah, you were talking to me about that. That is a really good villain upbringing.
I really liked it because he's not a bad guy. He was a man forced into circumstance.
Yeah, because of the fact that people above him had their own initiative, which so happened to interfere with what he's trying to do.
It wasn't even so much people above him; it was the government saying, "Yeah, your job is now ours." Mm-hmm. Even though he was contracted by the city, the city gave him a contract to clean up everything, all the stuff, dispose of it, do whatever, just pick it up, make everything nice and neat again. And the federal government's like, "No, we'll handle this."
It's what are we supposed to do? I can't do anything. You just have to talk to my superior or something like that, and that would just be Tony, which wouldn't really end well anyway. Mm-hmm. And so after that, they find a little piece of technology that they kind of stowed away when they were confronted, and it's keep that, just keep that, and we'll find more stuff.
Well, it wasn't so much that; it was the tech guy. he kept a little piece, and he was right there. Man, it's a shame. We could have done so much with it because he's fucking around with it.
Oh, right.
And then one of the guys is like, boss, we still have an entire truck full of this stuff from yesterday's load. Aren't we supposed to turn that in? And he was right there, no. We'll keep it.
And then that's like them several years later.
8.
Yeah, 8 years later, that's when the show's like them actually with more progress in experimenting in like whatever they were doing, and they decided to create weapons using them.
Some pretty nifty weapons.
Yeah, weapons that let them get more weapons.
Yeah.
Well, they had their own type of like shady business, but it's business for them.
Mm-hmm.
Brings them in money.
They did what they had to
Mm-hmm.
to keep their families
Well fed.
Yeah, to survive, really.
And that does like coincide with like Peter's story and the fact that he's this kid who knows he has superpowers, and he's just like, okay, when do I start next, Tony? And he keeps calling like the associate Happy, but like, okay, when am I gonna go to do more of this crime fighting stuff? Like, we'll call you. Okay. And so he does all these minor stuff, and it's like, I'm pretty sure I'm ready for this. Like, no, I'm too busy. Don't talk to me. He left a wall of text, as you mentioned.
A wall of text. Oh my god, he just scrolls and it's all there.
It's so sad for him because like he just wants to prove himself, but all he can do is all this minor crime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one fateful night where like our band of like miscreants with the new weapons goes
where
and
the
tries,
Avengers go and decide to rob an ATM.
and we see a little bit of like Peter's like low banter here and there about like how like Spidey usually like jokes with people.
Yeah.
Things do get serious. And you see like in a different light the fact that the one guy that he knows like across the street almost gets annihilated with that. Thankfully him and the cat are okay.
Yeah. To kind of set it up, Peter's like really well known in his neighborhood. He's kind of the guy who talks to everyone. He goes to the local market, talks to the dude, becomes friends with everyone.
How's your daughter?
Huh? Oh, how's your daughter? Oh, yeah.
Like, how's Aunt May? Like, how's your daughter? It's gonna be $10. It was $9.
It's
But
$5.
Oh, $5?
That'll be $10. It says it's $5. After that comment, 10.
No, don't worry about it.
Look, here's 5, man.
God, yeah.
But as Justin was saying, it does kind of go into the into a bit of a more serious note because the weapons that they're using, they're pretty powerful fucking lasers. They're almost Tony Stark level lasers, and they're in a concentrated beam. Mm-hmm. So they're just lightsabering their way through everything they touch. Mm-hmm. And in the fight, one of those bits of laser goes straight through the bodega that his friend works on. And I'll be honest, I kind of yelled out I verbally yelled out, "Oh God, no!" in the theater because I was genuinely worried. Yeah, I thought he died.
He like literally died, and that would have been. Well, I mean, I'm glad they're okay, and you still get the same takeaway. Like that was really dangerous. Holy shit! Isn't that the same night that Peter like sneaks into his bedroom and finds his friend like, oh shit?
Same night. Yep.
Same night. It's like, you're Spider-Man. I saw it on the ceiling. I'm not Spider-Man. I love that. Everything about like his friendship with him is just great.
Such a great fucking friendship. I could be your guy in the chair.
Your guy in the chair. Oh, it's great. But I guess like kind of just following through with the story, that's when things get serious. Like Peter's starting to report like, hey, Happy, all these things are happening. Holy shit, like they have all these weapons, and like Happy just kind of brushes it off like, look kid, I got things to do. Like, and I think he also tries to talk to Tony as well.
Not then.
Not then.
No.
Okay.
He doesn't talk to Tony until after his second run-in. Yeah. Petey's is a part of the academic decathlon team. Right. And there's a guy on there there's a Moises Arias character in there that's a fucking dick bag.
Oh,
big old sack of dicks is what he is.
Yeah.
And so he pressured after freaking the guy in the chair accidentally reveals that Peter has some connection to Spider-Man, he's kind of pressured into making an appearance at
Liz's party.
Yeah, which is his
female
love interest.
Yeah.
But during the party and whatnot, as he's going to be changing into his Spider-Man outfit, he sees explosions off in the distance.
Right, and he's like, "The fuck is that?" And so he goes and investigates what's going on there. God, it's fucking ringtone, dude. That's one thing that
goddamn ringtone.
It's what gives him away. With like the middle of like in I guess you can call it like a trade.
It was what's it called? An arms deal.
Oh yes, an arms deal where you can sell all these dangerous things. Even the guy was like, "I'm not so sure about this."
Yeah,
like,
I just want a gun. Like, I don't need your fancy fucking high tech gizmos. I need a 22, a revolver, and a 9. That's all I need.
Like, nah, fam. Like, this is the future. And so Peter tries to stop him, and it ends up being like this wild goose chase in which like Spider-Man like plows through all the neighborhood.
He's trying to be a web slinger in a place where there's nowhere to sling web. So he's just kind of breaking roofs, breaking fences, ruining pool parties, and scaring 6-year-old girls.
Oh yeah. That was so funny. Oh man. It does answer my question like back in the day of like, could Spider-Man like web sling anywhere? And it can only really be like
in the city.
In the city, where there's buildings and there's like things that are higher than him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he can't really do much as far as like actual like, traversing like obstacles. He can only like run as fast as he can.
He can run.
He sure can run. He has the endurance for it.
He followed movie chase etiquette, which is run diagonally across fields until you run into the vehicle you're chasing.
Yeah. Don't mind the minor casualties here and there.
Yeah.
It was funny to see him like trip over everything.
He hit everything, as much stuff as he could.
As much as he tried to, he hit more than he tried missing.
Yeah, he definitely hit more than he missed.
But I mean, he got to a destination. He meets with a vent only to get like apprehended by the Vulture, and then Vulture being an asshole, just dropping him into like the lake.
He kind of did a old school bird of prey hunting technique. Just grab your prey and drop it.
Drop it.
That's how hawks hunt snake.
Right, they just like they take them and they just drop them
in, go about 100 feet and drop it.
Christ, dude, that's the worst. And so Iron Man
was lucky and landed in the lake.
Landed in the lake, but he was also caught in a net.
He was caught in his parachute.
Oh right, he had a parachute. That's funny.
The Vulture was brought him up so high, so fast that his suit took it as a fall.
Oh wow!
And deployed the parachute.
So funny. Well, I mean, I guess this carries on, but like the fact that Spidey's suit, it has all these cool stuff, but there's like so much more to it.
It's a Tony suit.
It's a Tony suit, but it's in baby mode.
Training wheels.
Training wheel mode.
Yeah, the training wheel initiative.
It's funny. And so as he's like kind of stuck underwater, can't get out of his parachute, Iron Man saves him. Oh, and no, that's not really Iron Man. It's just his suit.
Yeah, it's one of the Iron Legion.
Yeah, and turns out he's somewhere else.
He's in India.
He's in India, just like making negotiations.
You're lucky this place has Wi-Fi. Otherwise, you'd be dead. Dude, the heater in the suit.
Yeah.
God, that'd be so great.
Especially in New York, where it's cold and your suit just naturally warms itself.
Wait, you installed a heater? Yeah. Oh, that felt good.
Oh, that's so nice.
God, like, I love the Stark suit for Peter.
The fucking Tony suits are amazing. Every single one of them.
So nifty, so convenient. But we can touch on that like as like the story progresses in there. So okay, what happens after that? So Peter just gets rescued.
After that, Peter's telling him about these weapons. That shit's going down, and it's something big that he wants to be a part of.
And Tony's like, let the higher ups take care of it. You just do you.
Come on, can't you just be like, I don't know, a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
yeah,
Roll
Peter.
credits.
Roll credits. Yeah. And that's much to Peter's displease. Like, he wants to be an Avenger so badly, and that ends up being like the drive throughout the entire movie. It's just him wanting to be more than what he is. So much so, like, in a sense, like he kind of gets overwhelmed with the fact that he has all these powers, and he feels the need to do this and that, and rely on it heavily.
Too heavily.
Mm-hmm.
He gets real good with it though.
Oh yeah. And then what was the next thing that happens?
They went to DC.
They went to DC after like
because he tracked down those guys after he recovered the what's it called? He recovered
one of the relics.
One of the relics, and the goons tried to trace it down.
After an accident.
Peter actually reverse traced them with his little spider tracker.
So nice and very nifty.
That was a cool ass thing.
Yeah, that was really nice. I wasn't
excellent shot.
Yeah. Well, he's got a good eye. He's got a good aim. And so he tracks him down
to Maryland.
He's like, wow. Okay. So what's going on? There's gotta be a way for me to like intercept this. And so he goes with the decathlon team, right? He goes to DC to pretty much like investigate this under the idea like, oh, don't worry, I'm joining the decathlon team again. Yeah, don't worry about it. But it's all
you think we're just gonna welcome you back with open arms? Welcome back, Peter.
Oh shit, there goes that idea. Love the teacher. He's so much more funnier than he's supposed to be. And so they do that, but as they're on the bus, Happy actually like notices that like, hey, Peter, it says here that you're leaving Queens. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, why are you leaving state?
Like, it's just for a decathlon team. I thought you quit the decathlon team. Like, yeah, well, I mean, it's just a school thing. Like, all right, but I'm watching you.
And it's right there. Look, it's nothing. Look, I'll determine if it's nothing. Okay, it might be nothing, but still, I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
And so, God, I wish I remembered his chair guy's friend, his chair guy's name, but I can only Ned. Okay, it's Ned then. So him and Ned are in the hotel room, and they're trying to extract the tracer, like, on Spidey's suit.
Which they do.
And they do. And the fact is that they also, like, unlock all the other weapon...
They remove training wheels initiative.
And so with that, like, Spidey, like, upon, like, his investigation, man, does he mess up so badly, but it's so funny, because it's a Tony suit, but he has no training, like, with all these other things. So he doesn't know how to learn properly.
What? You mean he doesn't know how to use all 500 combinations of web shooters?
500 of those, including instant kill mode. No, don't put that away.
Do you want to activate your advanced combat mode? Sure.
Yeah.
Activating instant kill mode. Whoa, no instant kill.
I love all these different things. And the fact that he names her Karen. Give her character. But yeah, it's so funny how he's trying to learn everything about it as he's trying to do reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Which is a really nifty thing that his suit can do.
Would you like to hear what they're saying? I can hear what they're saying.
Activating reconnaissance mode. It's like, wow. Alright, how do I go about it? And that's the instant kill mode. And as he's trying to figure these things out, like, they're on the move immediately. It's like, oh shit. And so finds the vulture, just kind of watches him carefully, like, all right, it's time for me to like apprehend you, and like goes through like a skirmish, but the fact is like he doesn't know how to use the suit, so that causes him to slow down a lot, which at the end of the story, TLDR, he gets trapped in the very
truck that was going to be
that was being raided, and so that gives
knocked himself the fuck out, dude. Because he jumped with all of his force into that very short roof.
He got a mild concussion from that upon waking up. So yeah,
an average man would have died.
Yeah.
But Spidey's made out of fucking spider.
The fucking web for days. And so that's him. No, he wakes up and he's stuck in like one of the facilities that just like holds all the weapons and everything like that.
Department of Cleanup.
Department of Clean.
Yeah.
So it's like, shit. Like, well, what do I do? Like, I guess you're just gonna wait till morning. And he spends all of 37 minutes just learning about like Karen and what he can do like with his new suit.
Well, it's just him talking with Karen.
And just talking with Karen.
It was just 37 minutes of him talking to Karen. He's right there. So how long has it been? 37 minutes.
What? 37 minutes?
God, that's probably forever. I gotta get out of here.
It took him 37 minutes to go fucking insane. Hey, suit lady.
Suit lady. I love that banter. The exchange.
So what he decides to do is, in the time that he's waiting, he goes through the refresher course of everything.
I like
all
that.
the suit.
It's a very easy, like, okay, this is what I can do. So I'll learn how to use it well.
You know what'd be great? If in the Spider-Man video game, you're trapped inside of there, and that's the tutorial level.
Jesus.
You're going through the refresher course in there.
That makes sense, too.
That'd be so great if they did that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what else can I do? Whoa, I got wings. I love the wings.
Yeah. So he spends the night in there.
Yeah.
Misses his academic decathlon.
So shit, I gotta be there. And then, oh yeah, that's when he realized, like, these are bombs.
Yeah.
Nate, you better, like, Nate, or Ned. Like, you gotta watch out, that's dangerous.
Do not get it next to an x-ray. And as he's saying that, it goes through an x-ray.
Goes through an x-ray to go up the monument.
Washington Monument. It was what, 553 and 55, it was like 553 8 1/3 inches high.
Which is apparently way too high for Peter.
It's so high.
It's way too high.
That makes me think, like, how high has he gone if that's the highest he's been?
Not so high, like, we don't ever see him, like, on top of skyscrapers. He's only on the side of the buildings, for the most part.
That, and he's in the inner city, not so much downtown.
It's true.
So it's all, like,
Pretty sure.
8 stories at the most. So that's like 100 feet.
It's pretty damn high.
Like, it's high, but it's not 500 feet high.
That's true. It's ooh, nails, claws.
Yeah. But he starts making his way up to the Washington Monument because, well, Ned carried a bomb that blew up the elevator that everyone was kind of hanging out in.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they're in trouble.
He had a very Gwen Stacy moment in that elevator.
Yeah.
That's not nice. But he did. It was I'm here to save you. Oh no, I'm a little too late. And then he freaking, I'm gonna rip my arm off trying to save this elevator.
Yep. Very flashy. It's just like how he goes about getting inside the monument, like from the outside. He needed more force to like break through one of the windows, and so he jumps like around like a helicopter, web slings towards it, just reading the momentum like flowing through it, and it's like.
So it was a nice maneuver and all that, but knowing how helicopters work, he killed those officers.
Yeah.
Because helicopters are very finicky when it comes to their balance. And that type of maneuver would have completely ripped its balance
Immediately.
Yeah. It would have went from being nice and level to about that from that maneuver. And helicopters don't do very well at a 90-degree angle.
At that point, they're falling.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, that's when... Alright, welcome to the side of the jump cut. So, like, after the events of that, Spidey becomes, like, now a big thing. Like, within his school specifically. Where he becomes, like, super popular. What happens after that?
After that... he leaves.
Leaves how so?
He leaves the school. Remember, he went to go off and do his...
Oh, he wants to continue doing that, right? That's what happened. Like, okay, I have more, I guess, notoriety, I suppose, in a more positive way.
He went to go intimidate that one guy.
That one guy who was like involved in the initial like arms trade. another one of Tony's like applications, interrogation mode, where he goes full on like Batman, but it's like, dude, I've already heard your voice. Sound like a girl. I do not.
Come on, I've heard your voice. All right, you sound like a woman. I'm not a woman.
I'm a man, boy.
I'm a boy.
Man.
I'm a man. Look, man, I don't care what you are, boy, girl, doesn't matter to me, all right? But it ends up that the guy really wants to help Spider-Man stop these guys because
that's dangerous.
Yeah, like
even I have a kid.
Nephew. He has a nephew, but that's the thing. A lot of people kind of see criminals as people that don't care. They're off to do their thing. They're gonna throw caution to the wind and hurt as much as they can to get what they want, which isn't always true.
Not always.
A lot of the times, they're kind of forced into circumstances, much like the Vulture was, and they're willing to do a lot. But when it puts an entire community and at that moment the entire city in danger, it kind of hits them. It hits them personally because they have family, they have friends, they have people that they genuinely care for that they don't want to see hurt. And with things like these fucking ray guns and lasers and disintegration rays,
guns are dangerous. Lasers are dangerous.
Yeah, like a bullet can be stopped by enough wall. And if you're hit with a bullet, the chances are it's not going to kill you. If you're hit with these lasers and disintegration rays, there's no coming back from it.
So it's much more of a deadlier like substance that's like out there.
It's injuring someone and killing someone.
And so he gives them like an idea like, okay, well, I know that they're going on a ferry, right? It's like, oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, he says they're going on a ferry at 11, I think. And he leaves them stuck to his trunk for 2 hours because that's how long it takes his web to dissolve. The poor man just bought himself some ice cream.
You deserve. You're a villain.
You deserve it. You're a criminal. Come on.
And so we go into the ferry like scene. That's when.
That's the scene everyone knows from the trailers,
right?
Where things go wrong
horribly. Yeah.
They were going so well too. Everything was going well, and then things went horribly wrong. And Spidey did everything he could to hold that ferry together.
As long as he could.
Yeah.
98%.
He was 98% successful in a last-ditch effort to kind of fix it. He had Karen analyze the ferry, find all its strongest points, and he used just about all of his web to string everything together and pull itself back into one piece. And he missed a little bit of it, and because of that, it was not strong enough to hold itself. And
it was, I don't know if it was a joke or not, but like, remember like in the elevator, it was Nate that was like, yeah, like don't stop moving. He's like, oh, sorry. And see another big guy like, yeah, guys, like, oh no, miscalculated.
Got nothing on you, Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, Spider-Man guy.
In the credits, there's someone in there called Yeah, Spider-Man guy.
I love that.
Because there's someone in there in that movie. It's like, yeah, you're Spider-Man from YouTube. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, do a flip. That was awesome.
I love it.
Such a great scene.
It was just out of nowhere.
It's like genuinely. This is by far my favorite one out of all the Marvel movies. This one is my favorite because it captures the essence
of Spider-Man.
Of Spider-Man, and what it's like for Peter as a kid. Like all the other ones, he was already grown up,
or like he's way too serious, or yeah.
The closest one that came to it was the freaking who's his name? Who's the Spider-Man before him? Tom Holland? No, Tom Holland's this one.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. He was in my opinion, as Spider-Man, he was a better Spider-Man because he joked around a lot. He did not take himself all too seriously as a hero. Tobey Maguire, even though he was the first Spider-Man, he was the least Spider-Man. He took his job way too seriously. He didn't joke around. Everything was, I have to save Aunt May. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this.
Gotta fuck MJ.
I'm going to be this. This is me. I'm Spider-Man. I'm going in here. I'm gonna stop this guy. Stop that guy. And I'm just gonna and
then it gets edgier. He's like, ooh, raindrops.
Spider-Man is very much a comedian. Like, if anyone's seen the memes of Spider-Man from his 1980s cartoon, that was Spider-Man. He was very much a, well, no fucks given kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they were allowed to say half the stuff that you put in memes, that's exactly who would say. Cops come in, oh goody, the strippers are here.
Oh, they gave me cancer.
That's the kind of jokester that he was. Think Deadpool, but more family friendly.
Yeah.
Like, his jokes aren't as bad as Deadpool's, where he's jacking off with freaking My Little Pony baby hand.
A little baby.
Fucking gross, dude. But
what happens after the events of that? Oh yeah, it was Iron Man that ultimately saved the day with his like little mini like rockets that lashed onto the boat to like put it all together and then it's up to us later to just cement everything together.
That the conversation that they had after that was definitely
Really good, and
it was excellent. It was so well delivered. The pacing of it, everything, and the gravity of everything that they said and how they acted it out. Where, given the last conversation that he and Tony had, he told him, if you really cared about me and what was happening, you would be here. And as soon as he finished that sentence, Tony steps out of his suit. And he's no longer Iron Man. He's Tony standing in front of him.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, they're obviously Peter's unmasked as well because like, damn dude, like what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So
and it was a really strong emotional moment because it no longer felt like a master and a student. It felt like a father and a son, where he's giving him the guidance that he feels he needs. And Tony even brings it up that his father wasn't exactly a good father for him, and that he's trying to be that for Spider-Man, but he's taking it for granted and not being wise with what he's given.
I really like that. That was like one of the big things about the trailers that I got from it that made me think like this is actually going to be a really good Spider-Man movie. Was the fact that we all know Tony. Like Tony's like pretty much like a trickster. Not really a trickster. He's a jokester for the most
He's
part.
an asshole.
He's also he's a joking asshole for the most part.
He's a dry humored, sarcastic dick.
Yeah,
that is Tony.
But in this movie, and I'm glad that like he only had like very limited screen time. Was he had to take on this father figure? I mean, like, yeah, he's still like kind of the asshole still, but like when it came to Peter, like
he genuinely cared for him.
He took him under his wing, and to see him like continuing to just like disobey like his orders, that's when he finally put a stop to all that. And I like what was it? Peter made like a really short comment, whether to like make fun or make a joke or just like that's part of his like who he is. Tony stopped that shit real quick. Like, no, enough of that. Stop. Like, quit the bullshit. Like,
yeah, he said, no, shut up. The adults are talking now.
Yeah. So it's like, wow. So really well like displayed like on Tony's side. The show like, especially like when we think about all the movies he's been in, like despite them not being the greatest, it was something that where it taught him more about relying on himself than the suit. And so when he says like, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it, that actually has a lot more meaning after watching those movies. Even as crazy as things just end up being in those movies.
Yeah, because even Tony, for a while, he was fully dependent on them. Like his whole life had to revolve around his suits. In the third one, where he was building hundreds of them, he was on like what, Mark 87, and Pepper had said that he's been Iron Man for like 4 or 5 years or something like that. Where he hadn't been Iron Man for very long, and he's already made 87 because he just can't stop.
Yeah. Isn't that also the same time where like he was also suffering from PTSD?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. That must have been crazy for him.
But for me, the thing that drove it was when Peter was like, "I wanted to be like you," and Tony tells him, "I wanted you to be better."
Yeah.
And it has a lot more weight to it after they had said that the kid in Iron Man 2 was Peter.
Mm-hmm.
You still haven't seen that scene, have you?
I think I remember it. Or at least I think I watched a YouTube video of it. Was it during like, I guess NASCAR racing?
No,
scene? Or was
it was during the Iron Man military scene
the military scene
where the government pulls out all these Iron Man suits for the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Coast Guard.
I think I remember that. Yeah, that's still 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But all right. Yeah. But okay. So with that, Tony takes the suit away from Peter, and that's that. No complaints. I'm done. We're not having this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can find the scene real quick.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
way you can see before we finish this video.
Yeah. So, Spidey is pretty much stripped of his costume, which makes him feel like nothing. And
he
Peter
just kind of goes back to
being regular Peter.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprised me. I thought he would show more resistance, like, initially, but I guess, like, because the image of what he wanted to be has been shattered, he has nothing left to do, so all he can do is just be him. Be Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does well, like, recovery-wise, to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, actually, Liz, you want to go to the homecoming? Like, yeah, sure. Like, oh, shit. Anime, you gotta help me. And goes through a montage of him, like, getting ready, putting on suits, saying goodbye to Aunt May as he like reaches like the household of Liz, and then finding out that the dad's actually Vulture.
Oh yeah!
Holy shit! I wasn't expecting that.
Like the whole theater got quiet. Even the movie stopped all the like happy-go-lucky prom music, like good vibe going on.
God,
and it just went freaking actor voice audio only.
It was so great seeing like his awkward like side turns to him. Like, is that is him? That's him.
Oh, I found it. Just
Moving to the side of the jump cut. Okay, I now remember that scene. But so now that like, well, I guess like we can skip ahead to like the car scene when they're driving, when freaking Liz exposes him as Spider-Man, like indirectly. Jesus Christ, Liz!
She straight up dry snitches on his ass.
And that was when like Vulture knows like,
yeah, you see him start asking the right questions about like, oh well, were you scared in the elevator? Oh, I wasn't in the elevator, I was down below. Oh, I bet it's a good thing that your old pal Spider-Man showed up, huh?
So pulls over after Liz leaves to go inside. It's like, all right, grabs the pistol, like, all right.
Yeah, like what the fuck, man? He just has the gun in plainish sight. Yeah, it couldn't have been hidden because he just has it as he's turning. It's not like he opened his glove box and did something. He like had it on him, ready to go, pop a cap in someone.
Holy shit! Like, in the fact that Peter's still a kid, but it's like, all right, listen, you saved my daughter, so I'm gonna give you this one saving grace here. But if you ever cross me again, I will kill you and your family
and everyone you love,
because that's what family does, and that's what I'll do for family.
But I love your daughter. Are you gonna kill her? Look, don't play that paradox bullshit on me.
You're gonna give her a good time, and we're gonna forget all this happened. Okay. And then you see Peter like complex, like, what should I do? He's right there. He's going to commit a crime. Like, even the parents, even the family's unaware of this.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says, Liz, I'm sorry, you deserve more. And he just runs and just grabs his like original OJ street costume, Spidey. Just so happens that Shocker's waiting for him and just like gives him one hell of a sucker punch. But thankfully, Ned's there to be your computer chair guy.
Let me be your chair guy. Come on.
And so he takes Dash's car and just drives as far as he can before totaling the car. And pretty much eventually
He didn't
comes.
drive far before fucking that car up.
Yeah.
Slammed instantly into a bike rack.
He finally reaches Vulture, and that's like, it was nice knowing you, Spider-Man. What are you doing? I was watching porn. And I was just like,
Ned took the biggest fucking bullet for Spider-Man. He straight up told the teacher that he was watching porn. As to give a reason why he was in the computer lab during a school dance.
yeah. Good job, Ned.
Good fucking friend, man.
He's the hero we don't deserve. But he's the hero we need. But it's interesting knowing that they're talking as like people instead of like, I'm talking about like Peter and like Vulture.
After he catches up with him.
Yeah. It's like, I wasn't so sure about you. Like when I first saw you, he was like, I'm not so sure. But now knowing that you're Spider-Man, it kind of changes things. At the end of the day, though, like, he tries to ambush Peter, and he does so successfully with his strategic, I'm going to knock every support pillar.
He very Green Goblins his ass.
Yeah. Which I'm glad it doesn't end up the other way. So it's a diversion.
Yeah.
To
See, because the Vulture is smart. Unlike Osborn.
Yeah.
It was like, I got you now, Spider-Man. I'm gonna stab you with my glider. Aw, damn, it hit me. Which, if you think about it, even if he were to get Spider-Man, the glider still would have got him.
It's just
What was his grand scheme? What was his plan behind that?
I just
I'm gonna hit Spider-Man and it's just gonna stop?
I always wanted to be this close to Peter. They like both bleed to death.
They die hugging each other.
That's the one funny thing about Spider-Man 1. Well, I mean, other than Spider-Man 2's elevator scene.
Yeah, it kind of rides on the crotch a little.
Was the backflip and the... Oh.
Like, what did he plan on happening? Anyway, back to...
Sorry, back to
Yeah.
like Homecoming now. So now we find Peter, he's in a rut. And he's like, I need help. I can't do this.
That was such a heartbreaking scene for me.
I know, right? Like...
Because he, at that point, he did sound like a kid that was just afraid he was going to die alone where no one would find him.
Yeah. And then that's when, like, it starts to come back to him, like, if you can't do anything, like, without the suit, then you don't deserve it. And in order to, like, be Spider-Man, he needs to do this by himself.
Yeah, if you're going to be Spider-Man, be Spider-Man.
And so he does what Spider-Man can do, which is, like, this super strength. And that just kind of, like, I guess, kind of revives him in a sense. Like, he's no longer just, like, clouded by, like, his own doubt. And he's not
He
just
no
like...
longer has All Might as a shackle.
Yeah, he's not...
I mean Iron Man as a shackle.
And so he tails Vulture under like one of like the planes that Happy was also like kind of looking under, but thought was like, yeah, everything's just going just fine. And so then it comes like that fight like in the air, followed by like the plane crashing because of all like the damage caused by
They
Vulture.
literally destroyed all but like 2 engines on a 5-engine plane.
They crashed like next to a carnival.
They slammed it right next to Coney Island.
Yeah, and so then comes like their confrontation there, where it's just like they're both pretty dang beat up.
They're just about dead, both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in typical Spider-Man fashion, the bad guy has to attempt to kill himself to win.
Yeah, although he wasn't trying to. He was trying to like extract it like one last time, but like Spider-Man was like, no, that's gonna explode, dude. I know.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the Vulture's a smart guy. I'm more than certain he knew this isn't gonna work, but it's gonna work.
Yeah, he was desperate. Like, he came this far. He's not going back.
He could have easily grabbed a small handful of those arc reactors and been straight.
Could have. But he just saw the glowing things like, ooh. And it was at that
I
point.
want to bring that up. That was a lot of arc reactors.
Yeah.
Which makes me ask, how many of those fucking things does Tony go through?
How many suits is he on now? Like 206?
In his 8 Iron Manning years.
8 Iron Man years. And so, okay, what ends up happening there? Oh yeah, it's the fact that like it explodes. Peter goes in there and like pulls him out miraculously.
Pulls him out of burning shrapnel. Like he takes those burns to save this man because Spider-Man is
Spider-Man.
He's the hero. Like in terms of like the purest of heroes, it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's one of the few people that, because he doesn't have a killer instinct, he cannot lift Mjolnir. Other than that, he's entirely worthy of it.
Oh,
But because he's unwilling to kill, he can't.
Huh, that's interesting. So with Mjolnir, you have to have a right heart, but you also need the will to kill someone, or
You need to have the direct desire and need for it.
huh?
So
Like-
it needs to be balanced between the desire and the need. It's kind of like what's it called? The Sorcerer's Stone. Those that need it but don't exactly want it can have it.
Hmm.
And Thor, being Thor, he's always in a sense of he needs it,
Yeah,
which makes him always worthy of it.
it's interesting.
So kind of like in Age of Ultron.
When Cap,
Yeah,
tries to pull
Cap
it?
is entirely worthy of it, but he has no need for it.
Yeah,
That's why he wasn't able to lift it.
yeah. I'd love to see him wield Mjolnir, especially like
It's gonna happen in Infinity War.
yeah, like wasn't like Tony also working on Mjolnir as well? Like maybe a prototype or something like that that kind of like equates to like the power of Mjolnir. Maybe not too
Not
much.
that I know of.
Like, because I could have sworn like that was mentioned in the movie, like when they were taking all the stuff and moving.
It was a
like,
thing for
upstate.
Mjolnir.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So bad, too bad about Mjolnir. That happens in Ragnarok. That thing's gone. Sorry. We'll get to that. And that's when Spidey like leaves a note, and
Yeah,
that's
it
when
says captured the vulture bird guy. Love Spidey.
and so that was actually a game changer because that showed like he had the wits to do this,
Yeah.
the will to
He
do
proved that he's Spider-Man with or without the suit.
it. And followed by the most awkward bathroom scene that I've seen yet, and the greatest thing that I've seen as far as comedy effect, with a sad poor Asian kid just like leaving the bathroom just to find a guy in a suit and a classmate or just a student just looking at each other, looking back at him as he washes his hands
And just angrily staring at you as you're trying to do your biz.
That was so great. Oh man. But yeah, that's when they take them up to the new Avengers base, which is like something that we're very much used to around Avengers 2 or like
Avengers 2,
Civil War.
Ant-Man, Civil War.
Oh, which one? I still need to watch Ant-Man.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, okay. And that's when it's like, okay, you've proven yourself. Here's your new Ultimate Spider-Man suit, and we're like,
oh my god, dude!
and we were
the
like,
ultimate-
I was like, holy shit!
dude, the Ultimate Spider-Man suits. They're so fucking awesome.
And Peter said no.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, I appreciate it. This is so much, but I think I want to just stay as, like, down to earth,
Yeah.
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Just,
He's
looking
right
out for the
there.
little people.
Yeah, he's right there. Here's your Ultimate Spider-Man suit. I got a press conference waiting for you as we're about to introduce the newest Avenger.
You'll be in this room in next division. He's not really big on space or.
Yeah, he's not big on doors. Or walls.
Just Vision lives there.
The whole fucking compound is his house. He comes and goes as he pleases through everything.
He's
Well,
only in for Scarlet Witch.
right? But he was right there. So this is a test, right? There's no one actually over there, huh?
No, yeah, you're right. You pass.
And then through a door that didn't exist before it decided to open.
Pepper comes in.
Where is he? Everyone's anxious and ready and wanting to start this conference already. He left.
What?
What do you mean he left? Did you have anything to do with this? Well, I mean, Happy told him to go wait in the car.
Yeah, we're just as shocked as you. He's more of a Spider-Man than we thought.
So what are we gonna do? Happy, you still got that ring?
Yeah, I've been holding it for like 8 years or something like that.
Dude, I've been holding it since, I think, 2014.
And he was like, and I guess that's the proposal.
Yeah, he proposed. The press conference was, I'm marrying Pepper Potts, people.
And she was totally down with it.
She was like, at first she was like, no, that's stupid. Let's do it.
Oh, it was great. And so
he comes home. Tony returns the suit. He puts on the suit. Aunt May sees him in the suit.
what the fuck?
And credits.
And credits. Oh, but my heart was tugging on the fact that like the Ultimate Spider-Man suit like just slowly went down and closed off from Peter. It's like, and he looked back too. It's like, oh shit, that could have been him. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna have Infinity War.
Oh man, I don't know if I want the Ultimate Spider-Man or the Iron Spider.
We might see a little bit of both.
Because that's the other suit that Tony makes for him.
Ooh.
And that one has the extra appendages.
Ooh.
So he starts looking like
an actual spider.
Yeah, kind of like Doc Ock in a way.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not
like
it's very much like rigid stabby things. So it looks more like spider legs.
Cool.
But yeah, it's so fucking badass.
I'm so down to see that. But yeah, I guess from here on in we won't really see much about Spider-Man, and I'm actually kind of hoping we don't see a sequel to Spider-Man yet, because I think that a lot of like superhero films are good when it's about the upbringing of the hero in question, because a lot of sequels just end up like okay, what's the new conflict for this person aside from a hero? It's gotta be like more of a mental thing about it, and a lot of sequels don't end up doing really well except for Captain America. Because it's about Bucky. It's about that ship. The ship has sailed. Also, Bucky's asleep.
He's taking a nice cryo sleep.
Yeah, until he's needed again.
Black Panther. That's the next one.
I can't wait for Black Panther.
Can't wait.
I can't wait. I'm waiting for His Majesty's return.
So, kind of a segue from Spider-Man.
Yes.
The Black Panther trailer at the start of Spider-Man. Tell me that wasn't the flyest shit ever. The way they introduced the Black Panther logo.
It's completely pimped out, sparkles and gold. Like, holy.
It's fucking platinum and diamonds.
Slow down, Panther.
And the way it like lights it up, you see.
Like, Jesus. I don't even know what the plot's going to be. I don't even, just like watching the trailer, I was like mesmerized by like everything happening.
It looks like what's it called?
Big countries might be going to war with Uganda
Okay, that sounds
over
really...
the reserves of adamantium that they have, or vibranium that they have.
I see. Oh, that's a really interesting plot. Okay.
Because the guy from the ship that Ultron chopped his arm off was talking about it.
Okay, was that particular part of that like beforehand, or was like him like he has his arm chopped off already?
His all right here was chopped off.
Oh yeah. Damn, Ultron. God damn it, dude. It's crazy.
I'm not Tony Stark. Oh, I'm so. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Fucking Ultron, dude.
He was such a great villain.
He's a great villain. Oh yeah, one more thing that I would like to mention, like after the end.
Your good friend, the coach.
That was pretty funny too.
I know. Wait, hold on. Oh, you're right. It is fun to wear this.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Anyway, I'd like to introduce you all to my good friend Justin Dang.
Thanks. Thanks, Captain America. He's like, oh wait, I forget. I think he's a vigilante or criminal. Or
Yeah, he's right there. I'm pretty sure he's a war criminal at this point. But the state mandates that I show this video.
So funny. But actually, something I do like at the end was like Vulture, like in the compound, lining up. A couple of people were like, "Hey, dude!"
Who
like,
was that guy?
I'm trying to remember who it was. I think was he part of like the crew? And he just so happened to get apprehended.
I don't know.
I don't
Because
remember.
it looked like they weren't exactly friends.
Yeah. He's like, I got a couple buddies who would love to like slit Spider-Man's throat, and rumor has it you just so happen to know who he is. And this is the part where like they could have easily like had Vulture grin and that just be the end of it. But he grins and just says, if I knew who he was, he'd already be dead. And he leaves it at that.
It's at that point that you kind of see he's not a villain.
He's not a bad guy.
Yeah. He, like I said, is a man forced into circumstance. He did what he had to protect his family. Mm-hmm. And Spider-Man showed he's way better. Mm-hmm. He's not just another one of those guys that's trying to put his thumb down on everybody. He really wants to do good for everyone.
And that's best shown like with him saving his life.
Yeah.
So I really like how it just ends like that. Despite like Liz like having to move into a different country, Oregon.
Say different country.
Sorry, state. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just to avoid like the whole the whole trial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It really is tough seeing it like that. Also, another thing I like is the fact that Spider-Man doesn't get the girl this time. Also, the biggest thing was the girl that was stalking was MJ. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. I wasn't expecting that shit. I like this MJ. She's great.
Zendaya.
Yeah? Okay, yeah.
Girl from Kick It Up on Disney Channel.
Huh. I'm not familiar, but it's pretty great.
She made just a great character. Like, whether she was MJ or not, she was an awesome character in the movie.
Cause she was that weird person that you kept your eyes on. Like, what's her deal?
The whole movie, I was just like, the fuck is she?
I know, right? Like, who is this girl who just knows everything about Peter?
It's not that she knew. It's not that she was like a stalker or anything. She just like paid attention.
She paid attention to everything. She's the audience.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Peter actually quit that a week ago. I'm not stalking him. I just pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know.
And she gave a fuck about nothing, ever at all. She
Yeah,
wanted to read her damn book, her sit-ups.
That's funny. Are you trying to keep a secret, Peter? Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't really care.
No, I'm kidding. I don't give a fuck.
I love her. It's great. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. What else is there?
That's about it.
No, that was about it. Except for the secret ending.
Oh,
That was so funny.
that was such a good ending. Well deserved too.
Well deserved. It was worth the wait.
It was fucking meta, is what it was.
It's more meta than Deadpool just announcing like, "What the fuck are you coming here for?" I mean, we're gonna have Cable in the next one. Like, well, that's it. Go home. It's him in a towel. Oh, great.
I think the most meta one was for Logan.
Was it for Logan?
Yeah, that was the most meta fuck. It was a pre-movie one too. It was the trailer for Deadpool 2. All right, just gotta wait. Where's the? How do I get my leg in this? Hold on. All right. Okay. Oh fuck. Bet Logan wouldn't have this much trouble. What is his costume? A tank top and jeans?
It's a pretty good suit just to have. In fact, that it isn't. All right, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Spider-Man in Infinity War. Otherwise, I don't really see him like in any other film that would be as good as like Homecoming was for me.
Justin, we need a handshake.
We need a handshake. We'll figure that out though. I can't really say we can come up with one on the fly right now. I remember one last thing before we ended off. I remember like one of my friends and we had a handshake where it was just like it was a boom plop, but then it implodes again or reverts back and boom plop again, boom plop again. So it's just that was it.
Was it Mario?
No, it wasn't. Actually, ours was like a. But then a friend and I, like another David, like we came up like a little bit more of an elaborate. It's like, whoa, dude. I remember we showed that to a friend. He was like, holy shit, dude. Calm down.
I remember Mario had like a long, ridiculous.
He like on the 10th team, he wanted to like create elaborate handshakes for each member he decides to greet.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah, we're good. I love this movie. It's great.
We only talked about it for an hour.
Did you know that this movie was an hour and 13 minutes? No, 2 hours and 13 minutes.
I was gonna say you could have watched the movie in the time it took us to explain the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad we did talk through it.
We genuinely pretty much were this close to having the script in front of us and just reading you the movie.
Yeah. Synopsis. Well, actually, a synopsis is like a paragraph. That's it.
We gave a play-by-play of the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's it.
Yeah, we'll end it here. So, thank you guys so much for watching and sitting down and like listening to this whole spiel about this amazing movie. Although it's not an amazing Spider-Man movie. It's amazing. All right. So, thank you guys so much for watching this discussion. We'll see you guys in the next one. #bye.